One thing I hate is to kick the same can.
Exactly.
Over and over
Some
again.
cans are kind of fine, but most of them not so much.
You all set, Danielle? Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. First thing is review and approve December 28th, 2021 minutes.
I move that they be accepted as written.
And I'll second it. All in favor? And let's see, review and approve January 11th, 2022 warrant. Do we look at this?
And I move that they be approved.
Okay, I'll second it. All in favor? What is that?
It's split because we're going over physical hearing.
Oh, okay. Okay, Board of Appeals members review. Looks like we got one that's expired. I'll say there, reassigned.
Resigned.
Oh, resigned. Resigned. Okay, so we need John Doyle's out of town.
And Dan Pierce alternate is expired.
Expired.
Yeah.
So ask him if he wants to be a full-time member.
The
We've already talked, he's no longer with us, so. How many are we required to have?
not sure. And the other caveat I'd make is that we don't use this until there's an issue.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And I think the past experience has been, when you got a problem,
Assign somebody.
then you get a board together and get them spun up. I think I was looking at, today or yesterday, just looking at the minutes of the meetings, and I think the last time they met was 2016. So they might have fit this year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
We probably should have at least somebody to,
it would be good if we
keep
had
the,
something else, Nick Sager's, replacement, no chairman.
yeah.
But we need to think about, I don't know if we wanna advertise.
That'd be a good idea.
I think last time we first reached out to some people, but we could advertise to see if anybody's interested.
Yeah.
Pays good.
Danielle, do you wanna reach out to Daniel here to see if he wants to, yeah?
Could I suggest that you guys get together and go out and recruit? You know, you as selectmen, the three of you, when you're three, know a lot of people in town.
Mm-hmm.
And you're more likely to get a quality person if you go out and ask them
Mm-hmm.
than the quality person isn't gonna step forward, generally speaking. I mean, you know, the quality person's got other things to do.
Right, yeah, maybe if we, you know, face them face to face, it might
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
persuade them a little bit.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea, because I've been involved in trying to get members for organizations. There are people, some are recruiters and some are joiners and some just aren't joiners. So if you have a one-on-one situation, talk to them, you might get better response.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit. Yeah, good, okay, we'll do that, we'll try that.
All right.
Yeah. County assessment denial. Yeah. I read through it, she sent it out in an email, and I read through it, did you get it?
Yep.
All right, looks like fire extinguishers are ready to come up in the blue. $2,000 to do those.
That we paid over 2,000 last year. So, I just got the letter today for that.
Yeah.
So I just threw that in. It's 2011, right? Yes, it's 2001, but what's $99 at this point? Because I don't know what it is. Is there gonna be, you know, whether we're gonna buy more fire
Right.
extinguishers? I know some of these lights and stuff don't work, and
They check those too, the emergency lights?
lights
Yeah.
are supposed to be done.
Um,
I just assume take charge of it, if you don't mind,
Okay.
and run with it. Got a little bit more time.
Cause we need one in the auditorium. I checked them early this month, and there's nothing in there, and there should be. It's a separate room by itself,
Okay.
and there's doors separating the other ones around it, so there should be one in that room. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I just want to go with it. The file links are in there, I was reading through it today, you know, for the kitchen, all that stuff.
For the range guide, yeah, yeah. And that doesn't have they don't put a yearly tag on that, do they? Unless it's up high and I couldn't see it.
Once in the jail did like a serial number, I don't know what they do.
Right.
I can't say that. I know we had serial numbers recorded before.
Yeah.
Because they needed to know, like I said, I believe theirs was twice a year. They needed to know that it was changing. Actually, they kept the old ones in an envelope, just in case anyone questioned it.
The links, because of the links, yeah.
But that's due to the fact that they can't say, well, you didn't do it.
Right. Right, yeah, if you want to run with that, right?
I got the biggest amount of fire extinguishers and stuff in there, we're gonna haul, so it makes no sense for us to do it.
Yeah,
And I'll get hold of Brian sometime so we get this stuff.
yeah,
And,
yeah. You must have some on the truck.
should be some, trucks, should be some in the garage.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's got.
Oh, if he does. If he doesn't, you wanna make sure, we probably ought to have them if it's in the truck, the loader, and I'm pretty sure he has to have
Yeah,
things in there.
especially the plow trucks, anything on the road, up
Right, yeah. Okay. 19 Mountain Road, ACO recovering more cats from location for Harvest Hills. I happened to see him coming down Clam Road when I was on the way home. He must be coming down from there. Huh.
I'm sorry, what's ACO?
Animal Control Officer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just easier to say.
Well, yes, it is. Sorry, I just didn't know what it meant, and I was thinking, what's his name?
That's the place up on, was it Savazzo place?
Was it Savard Road?
Yeah, oh yeah, Mountain Road goes sort of off to the left, yeah.
1919 would be back to its corner, and it might even be in what the pit used to be, so I don't know if you remember it again.
Yeah, yeah. The Wendell's Pit, we call it.
It might be even in there.
Oh, it is out
It's right in there.
Okay.
People dropping cats off there?
They have in the past, yeah.
The issue was that hit a cat person there.
A cat hoarder. I know they did up further, the house up further they did. And took a bunch of kittens off one time. So we're still battling that, huh?
He has a dozen left, I guess.
It doesn't left?
Yep. They, Harvest Hills recovered 90.
From JR?
Mm-hmm.
They breed fast.
And before
You feed them,
they
they
did
do
that, Ricky and, Brandon did 30. So there's 12 left that they're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So, Harvest Hills says they were done, so Ricky says I'll get the rest.
So they were done. They didn't want to spend more time on it.
I don't know, Ricky's using Harvest Hill chat. Cause he didn't wanna tie up his, if he case he needs it for some other reason.
Yeah. Huh.
We favor the cat.
Do we? Staff meeting, we have it tomorrow, Danielle, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
2 p.m.?
2 o'clock? Yeah. Wow. Reminder, Thursday, January 13th, planning board meeting at 7 p.m. Any hot issues in there, Joe?
No, we're gonna be starting off, well, continuing to talk about the comprehensive plan.
Oh, okay.
Continuing to talk about that for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then, Wes, I think you said there was somebody from a communications company that wanted to talk to us. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I've, Matt always emails me before to see if there's anything, it's Al from AC Communications over there in the corner, it's 10711. It used to be, what was that? Not Abbott.
Labby?
Astro.
The Labbies.
Yeah, so the AC Communications been there 3 years, and, he wants to put up a garage and increase, and we never gave him a CUP, you know. What I think actually happened, because Astro had such a mess going on there, changing things, and then when AC Communications moved in, it didn't look like much of a change, it almost looked like the same operation. And I never knocked on the door, he never came to me, so he's been operating business for almost 3 years.
Oh, really? Wow.
So that, he started, but basically, he's gonna put in a 5-stall garage for his trucks and whatnot, and keep some of his equipment. He owns 9 vehicles for the business, but, they aren't always right here on site, so.
As long as he registers them in town.
It's an expansion.
Yeah. Yeah. Mary, you got anything tonight?
No,
All
not
set?
really, thank you.
Kathy?
Library's doing okay. We did a board meeting yesterday and sort of figured out where we're headed a little bit. We've got 2 contenders for the position for director. I don't know how that's gonna go.
No, yeah.
Let you know how that works out. Good meeting, a lot of conversation. So, doing okay so far.
Okay. No, that's it. Bruce, anything?
No, not really, we'll work on. We're studying, we're stuff, it's moving forward, and I've been sending stuff, so it's moving.
Okay. Good. Chad?
No.
All set?
Yep.
Wes?
Yeah, I've been doing some reading.
How are you?
You know, and I was honing in on the growth ordinance because of the tiny house and see how to handle it and whatnot. And the more you read it, the more pops out. And so I just wanted to, just this is a conversation, doesn't have to be solved tonight. We have here, talking about 15 growth permits per year. So, A1 says, the maximum number of growth permits issued between January and December each year shall be 15, plus any growth permits left over from the year before, which we don't have this year, so 15. Then further on down, it says until, no more than four growth permits shall be issued for lots with subdivisions, and no more than 15 growth permits shall be issued for lots not within subdivisions. So now we're up to 19.
That's several,
No more than 4 growth permits shall be issued for, lots within subdivision, and no more than 15 growth permits shall be issued for lots not within the subdivision. So that's separate, so that makes 19.
Start over again and read it again, from the beginning, from the top.
What was that?
From the top.
From the top, read it again, because I think it says you issue 15 growth permits, and then it's saying, only 4 can be from a subdivision, and no more than 15 individuals.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So 15 total.
So
The
15
maximum
total.
number of growth permits issued between January and December of each year shall be 15.
Period.
Stop.
Yeah.
Period. Done.
Okay. Then, what I just read, no more than 4 growth permits should be issued for lots within a subdivision, and no more than 15 permits should be issued for lots not within a subdivision. So now we have 19.
No.
You're
That
only limited.
and, if the word
You have to
and
work
is in
within
there, I
15.
see why he's
Yeah.
saying that.
You're limited to
15.
15.
But you should strike that, the word and.
Okay, and then beyond that.
Although there would be an instance where that might apply, if you have some left over from the previous year.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you for explaining that.
Right.
Yeah.
But no more than 4 for subdivision, no more than that a year, but that's gotta be included in the 15. Right.
So what is a subdivision?
I don't have it right now, but I know there's another section that says after, by October 1st, if all 15 permits have not been used, then any balance left over can go for either a residential house or a house in a subdivision. So 4 could become 5 or 6 if you had some left over. But that's only the last 3 months of the year.
What's the definition of a subdivision?
So, okay, well,
Oh, don't ask.
What is it like, you know, I know it's 2 acres,
You go
or.
on the website, you go on the
Okay.
town website.
Is that what you sent me?
No,
No.
if you go on the town website, there's a special line item for definitions of a subdivision.
okay, along with that, in separating standalone residential house or subdivision house, it also says another section, construction of dwelling units in the village commercial district, this is for exemptions. Construction of dwelling units in the village commercial district should be set forth by the town of Baldwin, zoning. So any subdivision house in a commercial village, section does not count towards growth. I had 2 in the year 2020.
Read that again, please.
Ted Taker over
I don't think you're reading it right.
Fremont.
But go ahead, read it again.
What was that?
Read it again, please.
This ordinance shall not apply to construction of dwelling units in the village commercial district as set forth by the town of Baldwin zoning map. some of these ordinances in other places too is when they're written up, what was the motivation behind it?
Good question.
We have growth ordinance of 15, but let's exclude village commercial, so we could have 19 or 20 or 25, or, you know, how the cookie comes.
That would make sense to me because it would encourage development in the village commercial district, which is what you want to do, and discourage development in the rural district and the highlands.
Yep.
Which is what you want to do.
Yep.
Now, here's a different, in counting in the fee of growth permits. Growth permit costs $50. And I've always, I usually apologize to the person, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to charge you $50 so we can count you. Until I learned that in Gorham, their impact fee is up as much as $10,000. I don't apologize anymore. So.
Okay, get over that.
A non-refundable application fee as specified by the schedule of license, established by the town of Selectmen, which shall be credited towards the building permit fee if the growth permit is replaced by the building permit fee under section 7C2. So they're saying they charge $50, but when they come for the building permit, credit $50 towards the building permit. Okay, 7C2. Here we go. Once issued, a growth permit must be replaced by a building permit. So I've never had given out a growth permit ahead of time from the building permit. Usually they come for a building permit and say, well, you're going to have a growth permit too. They're both done at the same time. So once issued, a growth permit must be replaced by a building permit for construction, placement, or creation of a dwelling on a specific lot for which the growth permit was issued, no later than 90 days after issuance. So if they come ahead of time to get a lot, and get a growth permit, within 90 days they have to execute a building permit, which with all my experience has been the same day. A growth permit may not be extended or renewed beyond 90 days of issuance. A growth permit which is not replaced by a building permit within 90 days shall be automatically expired. And I won't read any more on that, but what I found in somewhere else was if you have a growth permit and you decide not to use it, you can award it to somebody else, and they're in line for the 15. But if it expires after 90 days, you can't award it to somebody else, and you have to come brand new. Yeah.
Where does it say in there, where does it say you can award it to somebody else?
Oh boy, we'll have to do a lot of reading. Next meeting. Okay, so it gets complicated a little bit, and some of it doesn't make sense. I suppose I ought to deal with the planning board to see if we can doctor it up a little bit.
A lot of legal stuff don't make sense.
I know. I teach school, they would come up with all these things, and then a little ways down the road, it's like, you could pull it right full of holes.
Yeah.
And just, you know, yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's where lawyers make their money. They can each side of the coin. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
Anything else?
I don't want to overload you all in one meeting.
I just wanted to review the spectrum, map that I made.
Yeah.
Gave you guys copies. So basically, there are 6 areas that I could come up with that are lacking internet. Area 1 includes Southeast Lane, Pondine Road, Canterville Pines, Cobb Lane, and Chestnut Hill. They don't have spectrum service. 2 households on Dearborn Road would like better internet service. These areas are just people that actually would like spectrum. They're unconsolidated. The 3rd area, 2 households on Lehman Road. Area 4, 2 households on Pequawket Trail. It must be that black zone, that really short black zone. Area 5, all of North Baldwin. Mountain Road, a bunch on Mountain Road, a bunch on Wentworth Road, Route 107 there, that whole area, that's the biggest one, and the biggest need, it seems like. There's one household on Marston Road that would like to have it, and that would be area 6. But there is a couple, surveys we got back that has mixed information, which I think I'm just gonna call these people because, there's some on Woods Hill, like for instance, 138 Woods Hill doesn't have internet, but 145 has Spectrum. But it says according to the Spectrum map, that it's all blue, that there should be Spectrum service going up the whole entirety of Woods Hill. The other section is Senator Black. Jackie Price says she doesn't have Spectrum at 197 Senator Black, but 207, 241 has Spectrum. So I don't understand what the disconnect is. Those are two areas I wanna look into a little bit more. But, I don't know if this is sufficient for you guys to send a Spectrum for a quote, or how you wanna handle it, or?
Maybe you can sit down and talk to you a little bit. I think Spectrum was looking for which roads.
Yep, we got that, in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, and so, we'll take a look, see if we can come up with a list of
Yep.
roads and places on the road and whatnot.
Some people that said yes on the survey that want it better already has Spectrum. So I don't know how you wanna handle those people. I don't know what else.
Pay a little more.
So the Spectrum, what we're gonna go with, or is it, are we looking elsewhere to?
I think we just need to approach them and see.
On the map there, the ones that are highlighted in yellow, are people that want better internet, but are on the Spectrum grid, so.
Yeah, it's, we need to approach Spectrum just to see what they would charge. But I believe it's going to be a lot. After having talked to the folks from Porter, what they got back from them.
And if you guys want this map to look any different, just let me know, I can do something different.
So, the ones in blue is Spectrum?
The roads,
Yeah.
those are roads that Spectrum serves.
Okay.
The ones in red, they don't serve
Then
those
not-
areas.
Probably nothing, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I think most of them, most everybody, if they have a landline, can get consolidated, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so it comes through the landline. So what's it like, charged by the mile?
That's what they look to me like.
Yeah.
I was talking to, Ron, last time we got together for
Yeah.
Tri-Town,
Yeah.
and he said that, they gave him a list of roads, areas that needed coverage, and it came up to $300,000 or something.
Wow.
And so they gave him a shorter list, and it came back to $150,000.
Wow.
We just have to see what it comes up to. I mean, you have to look at what the options are and what the boundaries are, I think, first.
Yeah, right. Wow. Huh.
So, I'll take a look at it again in more detail.
Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.
And this is a list of everything that's in fine print.
I can blow it out.
No, you don't have to. I can get a magnifying glass.
Prescription.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, Bob?
Yes, I, got this, notice from 3 different people. I got it from Deb, I got it from, MMA, and I got it from somebody at Bernstein Shore, but they've come out with the latest ARPA fund guidance,
Oh, yeah, yep.
and looks to me like we got lucky, because, you know, originally when we looked at the guidance, it said that because we didn't have a drop in, revenues over this 3 or 4 month, 30-year period, that we couldn't spend that money on just general government, services. But they've come out with a new guide that says you can. And it says, recipients can use the funds from government services up to the revenue loss amount, and that is, you know, what would we get, $170,000? Any services traditionally provided by a government, unless somebody has stated otherwise. And it says you can build schools, roads, road maintenance, other infrastructure, health services, administrative staff, administrative facilities, environmental remediation, provision of police, fire, and other public safety services, including purchasing of fire trucks, police vehicles. Looks like the restrictions are off. I still don't think you can't use it for reducing the mill rate. Something like that. There's certain other debt funds.
There has to be specific.
Yeah.
Earmark items that.
Things like we normally buy.
Yeah.
But, I think it'll make our job much easier.
So we just have to pick what to spend the money on, right?
Right. That'll be the job. Figure out what. Some ways it makes it a little more difficult, because before there was just a very limited number of areas we could spend the money.
Yeah.
Easily hone down on that.
Right. Huh. Anything else? I like that. And executive session. I move that the select board go into executive session pursuant to F1 FRSA section 405(6)C to consider the
Positions like economic development.
Economic development.
I second that.
Okay.